Hello everyone! It is I, the Unabridged Gamer, invading Hoguru's channel to give you all the hottest revelations about the Dark Pictures, The Devil in Me. Which isn't to say there are any demonic entities in yours truly, I'm just this crazy from having worked in the games industry for a decade. We've got 2 trailers with lots of juicy tidbits to tear through, starting with the story trailer. First up, the pictures that represent the Devil in Me. Nothing new that we can see here, just a bunch of images of the Manny Sherman corpse that we've already seen, as well as the beating heart, and a hollowed out pig. Is that the pig's heart beating at the top of the frame? Is it in the chest of Wheelchair Man? Time will tell. The front of the hotel looks magnificent, but the keep out sign is way too close. If you're already 50 or 100 meters onto a private island, you're clearly committed to trespassing. Maybe put the sign by the dock, fellas? Also, this subtitle is clearly a typo. Anytime you see a name as awkward as Grantham Dumay, it's clearly going to be an anagram. Just rearrange the letters a little and we get Harmon Mudgett, which is gibberish. But if it's a typo and it's supposed to be Grantham or Grantham, then the anagram becomes Herman Mudgett, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, which was H.H. Holmes' real name. Typo confirmed! Great to see a painting from Man of Medan here on the wall. Presumably, this is a placeholder while the game is in development rather than an intentional Easter egg, but we'll see soon enough. Note that the characters are seemingly just arriving at the hotel, but those crates look like they were already there. Perhaps this is their second trip, or maybe someone else carted their crates in. Could add to the body count, that's for sure. Nice to see the techie having a screwdriver in her back pocket. Absolutely, can't wait to stab someone with that. The counter is going up, but to what? The number of people killed in the hotel? The amount of typos and anagrams? Who could say? The mannequin here is dressed in Kate's shirt and has her hair color. Is it predicting her death in some way? More importantly, why is the killer so interested in killing these specific people to the point of building an effigy of one of them? Maybe even more of them. Did he not like their episode about his mentor, Manny Sherman? This pen holder is rather like the empty pen set on the curator's desk. I rather like the detail of the way the gas filling the room distorts the air around the nozzles. Nice touch. Here's the same surgical gloved finger from the teaser trailer, once again pressing a button, perhaps tied into the game's prologue sequence. A better shot of the gloves and murder apron. The hand size here effectively confirms that we're dealing with a man. Screaming guy under the hood, actually a kidnapped victim who's going to be murdered, or one of Dumay's famous animatronics. I doubt they're full on showing the killer's face here, even out of focus, so more likely this is the actual H.H. Holmes appearing in a flashback. I've seen references to the Gamescom demo that suggest the prologue is set in the original murder castle, and this is likely a shot from that scene. This model has Launay's glasses on. So is this a mannequin predicting his death, or is the killer making a vignette with Launay's glasses after killing him? Here's the Wheelchair Man again, and based on all the wires going into the torso, he's likely another one of the animatronics. But will he have the pig heart? That's the question. Just a dude with a knife here, looking to not leave any trace evidence lying around, which is interesting because it suggests that the killer is expecting the authorities to investigate the crime scene at some point. Is he planning on framing someone else for his crimes? Next, the features trailer! Note that we've got different images here than last time. 2 shots of the aproned, hat-wearing killer. That hat looks high enough in this shot that it almost looks like he's got a partially shaved head. Another point in the curator is the killer this time column, or perhaps a curator groupie. Hoguru will be happy to see this gramophone, another to add to his collection. Finally, the Axeman we've been waiting for since seeing him in the opening credits montage in Little Hope. Oh dear, Yellow Shirt Lady is so distracted by the rain she doesn't even realize the killer is standing right behind her. I don't know how you'd be that distracted by the rain, but you know, to each their own. The count's gone up to 181. Have 2 more people been killed? Perhaps for correcting the killer's spelling? Note that Lonette is now wearing the famous James Sunderland jacket in this shot. Nice to know that there are big Silent Hill 2 fans at Supermassive Games. The knife coming through a door next to someone's head. Classic slasher trope. Here's the killer looming in the background, adding to the curator connection. It really feels like Supermassive is going to play with our expectations here, because like before, we're seeing this person loom in the background like the curator, but we don't know if it's just the curator warning us that threat of death is coming, or the killer showing up to make it happen. Night vision footage of the Yellow Shirt Lady is creepy! A locker on the roof seems like a pretty good place to hide, honestly. Anatomical diagram, probably useful for animating corpses. And of course, the building has a morgue, which makes sense. You've got to have a place to store all your corpses, but putting extra mannequins in there is just needlessly creepy, sir. The old antenna on the roof is a nice anachronistic touch. When was this place built exactly? Here's Lonette balancing his way towards an outbuilding. I know they can't just swim away, but it'll be interesting to see how they handle letting the players walk around outside the building more freely than ever before. A character with asthma! That's a nice touch. And in the first teaser, we saw what looked like a suffocation chamber, which is brutally appropriate. That's a lot of bodies. Assuming these are real corpses and not more mannequins, the counter is starting to look a lot more reasonable. Well, looks like we're going to be finding numbers painted in different colors, and the tags let us know what order to put them in. This puzzle was recently featured on the channel in the Evil Within playthrough, which coincidentally enough has an eerily similar title. Also, it's in nearly every hidden object game, so definitely fits the theme. Fusebox puzzle might be a lights out game. Yellow shirt lady trapped in a room with H.H. Holmes mannequin. Everything's fine. Actual body or another mannequin hanging here? Is that one of the existing characters' shoes? This is a weird shot. We've got the Manny Sherman corpse and the killer's hand comes up in a cupped pose, but there's nothing in it. Looks like it should have had a rag or mask in it, like in Until Dawn. Possibly excluded for the trailer? Who can say? Having to choose between killing two people? No puzzle to break them out? This seems pretty harsh. Maybe you had to make a couple of bad mistakes to get here, or perhaps there's a fake out. Hey, it's the toggle again! Lots of people hiding in these shots, and Yellow Shirt Lady getting menaced by the killer. Mannequin doctor with syringe. I suspect malpractice. Here's the killer in the room with the Kate mannequin, and is that a laptop on the table? A surveillance room, perhaps? Aw, there's even a mannequin barbershop quartet. Will they sing in addition to moving? We can only hope. Or dread. Maybe both. Both? Both. Oh dear, the dentist scene seems to have been made with a real person and not a mannequin. This killer is just a terrible person. Although, I guess we already knew that on account of being, a serial killer. Is this dude punishing them for thinking that they can understand serial killers? Or is he angry that he's not known as America's most prolific serial killer and this is his coming out party? Was he not able to scrounge up the Criminal Minds crew? So many jump scares. And finally, Charles seems to be climbing down the outbuilding we saw him walking towards earlier, and it's not going well. Seems Domee has thought of everything. Or at least, almost everything. That's all for now. Be sure to subscribe here to catch my latest coverage of The Devil in Me, and check out my channel in the description below for all sorts of weird, wild, and sometimes even unreleased games. I'm the Unabridged Gamer, signing off. Cheers!